said I'm cheating for no reason.
You will cheat.
Hey.
What the hell he will do? I don't care if it's ping pong. He gonna
Right,
get,
like how I'm
if
cheating.
it's ping pong, he want the advantage in the paddles.
I don't care about a paddle.
You figure out how to win.
I'm gonna win. Ain't no figure out. I'm gonna win.
It's a hell of an experience. You get that type of knowledge, that type of IQ.
I look up to Bud a lot. Honestly, he one of the realest dudes that I done met. He's still a normal person in his head. Like, he don't believe that he's above everyone else. That's how I feel about myself.
You see me around a lot. Don't act like you ain't seen me around them days. He said I do.
Bud, come on. Terence talking, I try not to talk back. I try to just listen.
Straight boom. Straight shot. Like right here.
He like a sponge. He soak up everything that he need to soak up, put it into his arsenal.
Terence Crawford is reportedly working closely with Shakur Stevenson as he prepares for his clash with Teofimo Lopez. And the praise is strong. Crawford says Shakur's speed, elite defense, and ring IQ make him nearly impossible to read. He explains that Stevenson's footwork, timing, and awareness force opponents to constantly adjust, turning every round into a mental and physical battle.
The people that don't go very far. You gotta always be a student. You gotta always be able to learn and pick up things from this person, that person.
He's a work of art. The sky is the limit with Shakur. He got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's gonna be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has, and given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to.
Terence Crawford speaks about Shakur Stevenson with genuine respect and a brotherly tone, praising his rare level of skill. He says many fans label Shakur as boring, but they fail to recognize the mastery behind his style. Crawford compares him to Floyd Mayweather, who faced the same criticism before becoming a legend. According to Terence, Shakur's precision, speed, and ring intelligence place him on that elite level.
I got Shakur.
Are you saying that because that's your man and you don't like Tank?
No. Hey, like I said, I respect Tank. Like, boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
we gonna take his personality and personal things out of it. But boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. Shakur is different. People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they said the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive.
Inside Shakur Stevenson's camp, Terence Crawford shares a wide range of techniques, stressing the importance of picking up something from every fighter you face. Shakur sharpens his game by studying and drilling these different styles, making him more adaptable in the ring. Outside the gym, their time together builds a family-like bond, creating trust and confidence that helps Stevenson grow not just as a boxer, but as a man.
It's like a black kind of thing, like, I guess like when you go to cookouts and all your family be sitting there playing spades and
Chris Algieri argues that true greatness in boxing is defined by who you are willing to face, not just by the record you protect. He believes elite fighters must test themselves against the best, even when the risks are high. According to Algieri, stepping into dangerous matchups is the only way a boxer can truly measure his abilities. He explains that losses do not erase talent or status. Instead, they provide lessons in adjustment, strategy, and mental toughness. Avoiding tough opponents might keep a fighter undefeated, but it does nothing to build a meaningful legacy. Algieri strongly supports courage in matchmaking, saying the best fighters are remembered not only for their victories, but for how they respond when pushed to their limits by world-class competition.
Health of boxing on this side of the world. Listen, there's nothing like the Garden. We've both fought there many times. I fought in the big room. There's nothing like the Garden. Just the vibe, like you said, champ, that's around that. And this fight is deserving to be here. It's that good of a fight. It's that big a fight, and especially like I've said, like the health of American boxing. This is one of the best fights that can be made. And putting it in the Garden just makes too much sense.
But the idea of the turmoil, the eyes on it, the spectacle, the circus,
Chris, you talked about the idea that Teofimo Lopez kind of lives in this. That's where he flourishes. That's what he loves. This idea that because there's so many eyeballs on it, it's going to be kind of a circus. Does that favor Teofimo a little bit when you look at the strategy? Yes, no?
I'm going to say, well, I can't say for certain because there's no certain with Teofimo Lopez. He's one of the most up, down, left, right guys I've ever
Mercurial,
been around.
we could say.
I mean,
yes.
But when he is on, he's damn near unbeatable. I mean, he's such a good athlete. He has such a good boxing IQ. He's so physical and explosive. And again, I've said this on past shows. I've called him many times for Top Rank, been around fight weeks. And it just seems to me, the more out of sorts he seems, the more back against the wall it looks like, the more that he's an underdog, the better he performs. And this could be that kind of situation. New York is a tough place, man. They're already gibbering, but going back and forth saying, like, you know, he reps Brooklyn, but there's kind of questions about his Brooklyn roots. Can he really rep Brooklyn in the way that he says he can? So there's already getting that heat for that. I don't know. It might be a good thing to kind of to poke the bear in terms of how well Teofimo's going to show up.
Paulie, that's a huge. You're from Brooklyn. That's a big insult to say that you're not really from Brooklyn.
Insult him a little bit.
Insult him a little bit. Insulted him, man.
But I'll tell you what. I don't. There's so many thoughts in my head with this situation because Teofimo is at his most dangerous when he's counted out. And this is going to be one.
Teddy Atlas comes to the defense of both Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, pushing back against the criticism that has followed them for years. He explains that many people were quick to label them as fighters who avoided danger, claiming their records were built on safe opponents. Atlas says that narrative is outdated and unfair. Both men have repeatedly shown a willingness to take on elite competition at the highest level. Their speed, skill, and ring intelligence make them dangerous challenges for anyone in the division. Rather than ducking tough fights, Stevenson and Lopez have actively sought them, using those moments to grow and evolve. Atlas believes their careers now clearly prove they are willing to be tested, and that they deserve respect for embracing real challenges instead of running from.
Teofimo at certain spots, he's avoiding this guy, he's avoiding that guy. You can't take those shots at these two guys. Definitely can't now. They are stepping up, and they are taking fights that a lot of people are probably surprised they took. Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I can see you having a little reservations, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite. They will make, for electricity. I don't know if they will, but I'll tell you what they will make for. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete in the sweet science. I mean, Shakur showed aggression in his last fight against Cepeda, being elusive while being aggressive, walking them down, fighting on the inside, boxing well, still being able to counter, still being able to control space, but also be able to go into tight quarters and not be afraid to show that he's good on the inside too, that he can make you miss and make you pay outside and inside. Shakur showed that. That was great. That was great, and people applaud him. I applaud him. We were sitting there ringside. I was sitting there actually with your sister, ringside, watching that fight, and it was a terrific performance. Shakur showing that dimension, showing that attitude, showing that competitive, showing that dog like people like to show or like to talk about. And they wanted.
Paulie Malignaggi explains that Teofimo Lopez often walks into major fights carrying unfair criticism and being underestimated. He says much of that comes from Shakur Stevenson's larger profile in the sport. Shakur receives more media attention, stronger fan support, and greater visibility, which naturally shapes public opinion. Even though Lopez brings explosive power, sharp speed, and real ring ability, those traits are sometimes overlooked because the spotlight stays on Stevenson. Malignaggi points out that this imbalance creates a distorted narrative where analysts and fans focus more on Shakur's resume while questioning Teofimo's legitimacy. That comparison, he argues, is not always fair. Lopez has already proven himself against top competition and continues to show elite-level skill. Malignaggi warns that overlooking Teofimo could be dangerous, especially in a fight this big. Under the bright lights, both men will be forced to prove their talent, toughness, and mental strength when it matters most.
I think Shakur
yeah, my first mind tell me Shakur, and I thought about it. Yeah, I'm picking Shakur by decision, but because this is fighting, anything can happen. You can't count Tio out. So there is thoughts sometimes that cross my brain, like, damn, what if Tio catch him like real good though? You know what I mean? And hurt him, or what if he just out hustling? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of shit that crossed my mind, but I still like Shakur for the dub. I like Shakur for the dub because he knows how to win. Like, he knows how to win. You know what I'm saying? And he's always prepared to win. So, and I think Shakur respects Tio to the point where he gonna train like he's never trained before, because this is a great fight for him. This is probably the best fight of his career up to date. Even though he's been in some great fights, this is probably the best opponent. You know what I mean? And Tio, same for Tio. So when it's like that, and you put Magic and Bird together.
That's it for today. Stay tuned. See you next time.